Hi, my rainbows. Today we are going to talk about Kings 1 and 2. Again, this is my Bible study thing that I do. Basic information before leaving Earth, Bible. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. Disclaimer, I always say this in every single one. You guys would know, obviously, if you watch the videos. If you don't, and you're new here, I'm just projecting and saying what I've learned from the story. Feel free to put your input in the comments. Please be kind, though. But I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm not here to make anybody be a believer. I'm just here to put out the information and the things I find interesting. And yeah. And if you don't like this video, I will not be offended if you skip it. Yeah. With that being said, let's get into this. So, before, we said that Samuel and Kings go hand in hand, right? So Kings basically, it starts where David leaves off. So David passes away, and his son Solomon takes over as king of Israel and does a horrible, horrible job. He marries all kinds of other kings' wives, which is not good, obviously. And then starts worshiping false gods or false idols, which is not good. It's against the Bible and the Ten Commandments, which, in my opinion, I think the only thing, I don't know if I've said this. I think I've said this in another video, but the only thing that hasn't changed throughout so far the whole Bible is the Ten Commandments. It's the only thing that is the rules, the 10 basic rules. So he's doing 2 that aren't good, that he's not following through, which is adultery, obviously, and the false idols. So yeah, he does really bad. Then he has a son, and the son becomes king, and he does the same thing. So it's just repeating a repetitive cycle of all these different kings, basically throwing Israel into the ground, just like they did with Pharaoh in Egypt and Moses. So basically, God's criteria for them to be a good king in Israel, there's northern, southern Israel, is to call out injustice. Do they have faith in the one God, and are they faithful to their covenant? No adultery and no worshiping false idols. Like I said, the 10 Commandments, easy, boom. So in the north, it was 0 out of 20 kings, which is crazy. And in the south, there was only 8 potential kings, out of the 20. So yeah, he does name every single person that just attempted, and that's why the book is so long, is because it's every single king and how they're related and all that. Kind of like the laws in Leviticus, where it's really long and he goes and says every single law. It's kind of like that, but with the king. So it's every single king. And they basically they're a superhero, they're a prophet. They call it injustice as they see it. So that's what he's looking for in a king, is for somebody to be a speaker of him and a watchdog. Then we learn about Elijah and how he's a rival against Ahab and Jezebel, which the name finally popped up, Jezebel. I don't know what people call a very spicy lady. Can't say the word on YouTube, but they call women that are very promiscuous Jezebels. So I think that's kind of funny, because that's her name. So I was like, oh, well, that's where that comes from, I guess, is her. So yeah, and then the book, the story ends with us wondering, how is God still gonna fulfill his promise? Is he done with Israel? Is he done with the line of David? We don't know, but we will find out.